So the tone of that title may be a little daunting, huh? Let's spice it up. Ah, it's a bit of a day, as you might be able to guess. Hi. So we were supposed to start Rhino today. Uh-oh, I really hope that the YouTube feed is not currently a vertical feed because that's not what I wanted. 1 second. Uh-oh, if that's the case, I need to fix that immediately. Yeah, 1 second. Fuck, it is actually on the vertical. Shit. Oh no, it's not. Wait. Did it create a separate vertical? Hold on. Wow, that song came and went. Jesus. No, we're good? Huh. Okay, Twitch is... Okay, OBS is just fucking with me. I'm sorry. Jesus Christ. No, we're good. Okay, whatever. This wasn't supposed to have a vertical feed, for the record. That's why I was confused, because why would I make a vertical feed for this? But it's not exactly made for discoverability. It's meant to be a, hey, what the fuck happened? So yeah, what the fuck happened? So two things. One, obviously Rhino didn't start today because Best Buy didn't send it. But that's not why you're here. You're here for the title. You're here because the title of this is clearly some shit went down. So let's not waste any time on that. So earlier today, I was doing my thing. Maybe doing my thing isn't the right way to put it. I woke up and I was like, oh, time to start a good day with a brand new project that I'm very excited about, that I've been very excited to play, that other people are probably already streaming and being excited about. I'm very happy about it. Let's get in there. And then I go to move, and then I feel my lower waist on the back is like, hey, let me audio test real quick. You know, those sorts of things I should check. Audio test. Okay, we're good. Gotta make it. So I'm like, that's not good. I don't like a sharp pain in my lower back. I don't appreciate that. Not one bit. And, oh, Botrick, you're adorable. You're absolutely adorable. You're absolutely adorable. Dude, post this on Luca. Yeah, I did good. Okay. God damn, these tracks are going so fast tonight. Jeez. But yeah, that's funny. It automatically created a vertical one. Right, because that's how my channel works now. I think I need to tweak how exactly I make that work now. Huh. Anyway, whatever. So yeah, I'm like, hey, I don't appreciate what my body's doing over there. And then I start screaming because it's really bad. For context, I have had kidney stones before. Twice actually. They held me back for multiple years in school, different years, because it was bad. And back then my body, I guess, wasn't as good at processing that shit. And I was out for a while. Spoilers, I'm here even talking to you right now, so you can at least tell that things are all right. But, you know, so I guess I should make that clear up front, probably, to be honest. Hey, I'm okay. It's all right. I'm gonna be okay. I feel okay. I'm currently okay. I should be okay. I should remain okay. Let's get that out of the way up front. Yeah, let's keep on with the story in the meantime. But yeah, I probably should front load that. Like, yeah, I was, in fact, waking up in a bad place. So I wake up, And I'm like, that's not a good feeling in my lower waist. And I have not made the connection for kidney stones yet, because the last time I had kidney stones was like grade 10. Grade 10. It's a long time ago. Last one was great. The one before that was grade 6. I put it out of my brain that that could happen again. Mainly because, for those that have not experienced that, fellow penis havers, it's not great. It's not great. But so I'm waking up, and I'm not having a good time. I make a phone call for someone to come up and bring me a painkiller, because I physically can't move out of that bed. I physically can't get up, because I'm not sure what state I'm in yet, right? Someone lovely brings up some meds. It doesn't do enough, but it's enough for me to move physically now. At that point, I start walking, you know, and for a good 1 to 2 hours, I try to reach my mom phone-wise, because she was a nurse, so she would have an idea, you know, kind of like what is the list of reasons that a lower back would be in deep, tremendous pain? What kind of things could you think of off the top of your head, essentially, right? Like what are we looking at? Could not reach her for 2 hours for whatever reason. In that time, I'm up and out of bed, sweating my ass off, moving in any capacity. I'm not having a good time. I'm feeling rough. This is like 7:50 a.m. I didn't get the best sleep last night. This means I'm actually just internalizing for the first time I'm operating on 2 hours of sleep, because last night I had so much editing to do. Like, so much. I had a lot of stuff I had to catch up on. So that was rough. Bad timing. So really, I'm probably operating on 2 hours of sleep, which also probably explains a later part of this story. This is so chipper for what I'm talking about, but whatever. And I eventually get a hold of Mom, but during that process, I realize, or rather, I'm trying to not realize, because the minute I put it together in my brain, it's real. Again, I had not felt the feeling of kidney stones at my lower waist in a long fucking time.
Worried about a flooded basement?
No, I'm worried about my fucking body right now, girl. And frankly, it's really disrespectful of you to try and bring your shit into this. How dare you, honestly? We're talking about my health, and you're daring to talk about whatever the hell she was talking about. I actually didn't even process it. So I by the way, I uploaded a video this morning, which no one has watched, called, Where's the Kingdom Hearts 2 playthrough? Channel updates and some updates, basically. Please go watch that, if you have not. If this drew your attention first, we're not talking about channel updates in here, but there is a channel update on the channel about where the Kingdom Hearts 2 playthrough is, as well as upcoming projects. This is not the place for that, but that is also there. It's barely 10 minutes. This won't be barely 10 minutes. You should go give that a look too. Literally no one has. I've looked. Not a single person even clicked. I don't think I said it at a good time. Honestly, I might even reschedule it to pop at like a different time. Like I might reschedule it because like no one saw it. Like CTV says hello. What's up? I will quickly say this is going to be a story time stream as opposed to a, well, if you look at the title of this stream, you can tell not well today, as it turned out. But yeah, we're getting into that right now. This is a story time stream. So so I wake up, I'm waking up, and I'm calling Mom to try and see if she has any ideas. I'm realizing in this 1 hour and a half segment or so that I'm constantly being drawn to the bathroom, but nothing is coming out. Gameplay still, there isn't any here, so I know you're a bot. There's no gameplay happening here. Not tonight. At least not right now. Maybe later. Bro. Bro, I was in the hospital, but the timing on you. My man. The timing. The poise. The tenure. The audacity, one might even say, of your bodliness. Anyway. So yeah, I wake up and I am, again, trying to call mom, see if she has any ideas. Again, I'm realizing, okay, I've now been trying to get, I've been going in and out of bed, to the bathroom, back to bed, into bed, back to bath, back to bathroom. No matter where I go, I'm uncomfortable, but one thing's for sure, nothing's coming out of me. None of the poop, none of the pee, nothing. Can't come out. Little driplets at most. And I'm like, uh-oh. That's not a good sign. I sent you a message on X. Did you get it? I don't think I did yet. Well, I mean, I'm sure I did. I just haven't had a chance to look because, as I hope is made clear, I was in the hospital too. And that's what we're talking about right now. So I've been a little preoccupied. So yeah. But yeah, so I'm trying to figure out. I'm noticing, yeah, again, like my bowels are trying to keep me in the bathroom, but I'm not. Nothing's coming out, and that's scary because that is starting to make me put two and two together that this might be another kidney stones kind of issue, which has not flared up in a very long time, 15 years plus at this point, or nearly 15 years at the very least. I kind of thought I was over this. So I end up, eventually I do get a hold of mom, and she flies down. She's asking like, hey, what do you want to do? We should probably go straight to the hospital. Some of the people downstairs were also saying that at the time. And I was like, I want to see if something comes out of me, and then maybe that's gonna solve itself. Mom points out, yeah, but if it is a real problem, then the longer you hold on this, then the worse it's gonna be. I'm physically incapable of walking very far at this point. I'm slow, I'm tired, I'm like sweating, I'm losing my shit. I'm screaming in pain at this point trying to move. It's not good. I am, as the doctors asked me to put it, I was a 10 on the pain scale. I was in excruciating pain. So that was not fun. Come here, bud. I haven't seen you enough today. Come here. Come here. Make me feel better. And so we fly down to the hospital. The whole time I'm like, I'm wheezing, I'm coughing, and I'm losing it. I'm not having a good time. I am just getting rocked by this shit. Also, by the way, I noticed that Twitch was just playing an ad. It's funny. I actually wish I could turn off Twitch ads on this particular stream because, like, yeah, it's nice, I guess, but I get a little ad money. But like, bro, this is not really the place for that. I'm gonna hit snooze ads. Yeah, I don't want people getting added during this. That doesn't seem very kosher. So I'm gonna turn that off for a bit. Of course, I can only do that so much with Twitch because they have their own rules, but whatever. Hi. I love you too. So, we make our way to the hospital. I'm in the waiting room at this point. I'm skimming, a car ride of me, like, screaming bloody murder, and I'm having a bad time, right? Doing my best. I end up we're in the waiting room. Everyone else in there is chill. I have no chill. I am in excruciating pain. My lower back is like the lower. It's where the intestines are, not the intestines, the urinary tract. At least, along its path. Hi. I was so worried about you because I thought you were gonna have to spend days alone, which you have not done in a long time, if ever, actually. Last time, for reference, last time I was hospitalized. I'm looking straight at the camera right now, huh? Last time I was hospitalized was about 5 or 6 years ago. No, it's 2020. No, it was 21. No! It would have been 21. Yeah, it was 4 years ago. That was when I was diagnosed with Crohn's. I was there for 2 weeks. I was in the hospital for 2 weeks last time because they forgot I was there. There was a portion of time where I was supposed to get my diagnosis, and then it's like, no, the doctor's on his way to talk to you right now about it. Okay, where is he? He's on his way. And then that went for a day, and then another 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 day, and then at the 7th day of he's on his way right now. He'll talk to you very soon. It's like, I'm just gonna leave. I'm just going to leave the hospital, which for the record is not a thing you should do. You should not ever have that plan. That's not a good idea. But in my defense, this was peak 2021 COVID times. So the hospital was extremely busy and like had their hands full. And I'm realizing
moment where medical alert helped someone.
Fucking dropping a medical alert ad on me in the middle of me talking about being in the hospital. The Chill on Spotify, bro. So like my fear, my concern, of course, is that like I am just my concern is that I'm like messed up, you know, and like I don't want to spend another week in there. I don't even want to spend days in there. Especially because Ryo's showing up today. I was very excited to start a cool new project. But also that's not the priority, right? My health is my priority. But like, damn it, like the timing, man. This couldn't happen like a week ago. Like, body, bro, no chill. If you did this a week ago, we would have been fine. But now you want to do it, huh? Now you want to do it. Anyway, whatever. So I am just, I'm scared and I'm nervous. I don't want to spend that long in the hospital again. But again, if I have to, I will. I expect better service when they're not flooded with COVID stuff, right? And again, we get into the waiting room. Everyone else in the waiting room's chill. I'm certainly not trying to play up, like, you know, my priority over anybody else, but I am the only person there that physically cannot stop myself from, like, dear God, let it stop. Please make it stop. Take it out of me. Get it out of me. Like, I can't. I physically can't help myself. The Tourette's and the autism probably didn't help with that. So I am just fucked up. Eventually I get into a room where they do their quick test, like their preliminary test. Hey, let's make sure that, let's see what's going on. The guy sees the state I'm in, and he's immediately like, okay, I'm escalating you, doc, to a priority patient because, like, clearly you are in need of some immediate relief now. We're gonna get you on some painkillers now. I needed that, so I'm like, thank you. So he gives me the bracelet, brings me over to the sent us into the like the proper reception area, and then I'm sitting there. And you know, we're telling them everything they need to know. But I'm also like having to go to the bathroom still, even though I can't get anything out of me. I go to the bathroom. I finally get a little bit out of me, and then they ask me, "Hey, we need a urine sample." And hilariously, I just did what counts as peed. Bear in mind, I am only getting droplets out, right? I can't give them a full sample either way. But the nice thing about that, in a certain sense, is that I'm not getting a full pee out of me. Every few minutes, my body is able to somehow squeeze through just a little more. So I'm able to give them the urine sample, albeit it's not a very big one, but it's enough for them, clearly. That song is so fucking chipper for what we're talking about, dude. But it's not like, what should I do? Just go to the depressing songs? I don't know. But this one's a little much. Like, I'm not gonna do that, but it's a little much. This one is a little much. Let me see what you got. Give me something that's a little more, like, I don't know, not crazy in this context. Give me something I can work with. Yeah, do this. Yeah, there we go. Somewhere in the middle. So yeah, so I'm at this point I'm fucked up, right? I'm trying my best to like hold it together. I give them their sample, and they're like, okay, we're gonna get you straight into the ER. Okay, good. Thank God. Thank God. This is going faster than the last time, and the last time was was when we discovered I had Crohn's, right? So that was a side-splitting, pain, searing nightmare. if what I experienced today was a 10 on the 10 scale of pain, that was like a 15. I'm not in that much pain, but I am in fucking pain today in a way I have not felt in a long time. And of course, even at this point, there's still the little doubt in my brain that like, maybe it's not a kidney stone. Maybe it's not. Maybe I'm making assumptions. I mean, I know I'm making assumptions because the doctor hasn't told me yet, right? There's no hard, concrete proof yet. Other than, you know, the fact that there's clearly something that's preventing me from peeing. So, like, except little by little, right? That's a pretty good hint, but again, until the doctor says so, you know, you don't know what to do. So we go into the waiting room area. My mom's with me. She ran all the way from her place to go get me. Not ran, but you know what I mean. She drove. And then it would have been some of the people around here, but they didn't really have the means on short notice. But so we go in, and they go, okay, go to room 7. And we're like, okay. Bear in mind, I'm slow. I'm physically moving slow. I'm fucked up. Like, I can't move very quickly at all. I'm having a rough go of it. I'm physically moving like I'm moving like a fucking I'm moving like a character that's in a scripted sequence where he must either speak on the radio really quickly, or he is trapped in a walk state until Amy Hennig says he's allowed to talk or move fast again. Uncharted 3 sand desert sequence, if you remember that, and also thought it was kind of too long, but whatever. So yeah, I'm moving slow. I'm fucked up. I'm gonna be honest. I'm barely conscious, like genuinely at this point in time. I'm not there mentally. I'm moving. My waist is killing me in the same spot. I'm having trouble moving. I'm physically in pain whether I'm laying down or I'm standing up. I can't do anything that isn't killing me. And I am just fucked up. Trying my best to hold it together. And eventually we make it to room 7. And there's an old guy, and I assume his wife or something, in there already. Maybe his sister, I don't know. Not my business. And we're both like, room 7's full. What's up with that? Bear in mind, I'm slow as a molasses at this point. I just walked down a long hallway to get there. For whatever reason, the rooms go 1, 2, 3, 4, 26, 27, 23, 24, 22, 21, 20, 20, 19. Like, what the fuck? Why is it balanced like this? And then it wraps around and you get to 7. Once you get to the end of the long hallway. Very bizarre construction, but whatever. So we move through there quickly. I can't speak. Mom is like, hey, where is where is, you know, the room that we were given? What's going on? And the lady firstly is like, hold on, let me take you to the reception area in the ER, so that or the EO emergency area. I don't know what you would call it. And then I take my I'm gonna be honest, at this point, I am not physically capable of walking all the way back to the desk until I know where I'm going. I'm not looping back around just to loop back in the other direction once I figure it out. I just jump on the nearest gurney that is near me, and I just fucking flop. And I'm like, come get me when you figure it out. So nurse lady and mom go off, figure that out. When she eventually comes back, she says about the worst thing that I could hear at this moment, which is, yeah, they made a mistake. We're not actually in yet. Meanwhile, I was just told I was moved to a priority patient and that I needed to get painkillers immediately, was what I was told on the way in. That, in no uncertain terms, you clearly need painkillers immediately, was the exact phrasing. So being told, no, actually, we made a mistake, we ain't got shit for you, is basically the worst thing you could have told me at that moment. So I'm trudging my way back. Now, bear in mind, I'm still slow. So I'm slowly moving my way back through there, right? I am not doing well by any means. I'm making my way back downtown. As we are nearly at the waiting room again, going back to the waiting phase, I realize, or no, there's 2 or 3 doors that are open near there. One of the nurses, because again, they clearly saw me stumbling down, and someone probably went, "Wait, no, that's not right." And then they quickly grabbed me, and then they're like, "No, this is your room," and it's right next to the waiting area. That's how it got confused. It was right next to the door. So I was like, "Okay, fuck it." So I hop in, and then they quickly come draw blood, and they get their little tests. And what the fuck is it? Answer. How the hell did you dunk your head in? It was this little weird string on it. You know what? I can afford to zoom this out right now, actually. Oh, damn. The camera is such right now that you can see the flex mount. You should never be able to see that. Zoom that all the way out. Oh yeah, you should never be able to see the flex mount. That's my bad. Well, either way.
The most iconic Canadian duo, Coffee and a Donut from Tim.
The most iconic Canadian duo is letting me tell a goddamn story about me being in the hospital while you shut the fuck up. Name a better duo than that. I'm gonna reposition this manually for today. Why not? Yeah, that's fine. There we go. Good. So I am. Yeah, it's a good one. I can fuck with that. I can fuck with those vibes. So at this point, I'm, okay, they're taking the blood, and I'm like, where are the painkillers that I was promised? I'm not having a good time over here. Like, I was told I would get some immediately as a priority patient. So it's like, okay, I'm waiting, and I'm waiting. And I'm waiting, and mom's going and checking every now and then. They give me a warm blanket, which actually admittedly does feel nice on the flaring area. Good shit. Unfortunately, as it turned out, now bear in mind, mom is an ex-nurse. Not really ex, just can't do it with her herniated discs anymore. She at a certain point, this blanket does not stay warm for long, right? So it's like, okay. Now I'm back to full pain again. But it was actually subsiding it for a bit, right? And she at a certain, when I mentioned that, she's like, "Oh wow, that didn't last long at all." And he's like, "Okay, that's fine. I'll just go ask them to get swap the warm blanket for another one." Because that's how they do it, right? They have a supply of warm blankets, and then they just swap them around. And again, she was a nurse a long time ago, admittedly, but so she's going to have opinions on how certain things will change. And in particular, one of the nurses basically tells her, yeah, no, it's one warm blanket per patient. And she's like, no, I get that. I'm not saying, like, give him a second one. I'm saying swap it for a new warm one. The whole point is that the patient gets warm blankets, right? Like, this is her nurse talking. She's like, no, the patient gets a warm blanket because it helps with pain. Like, that's how that works. They're like, no, it's one per patient. I'm not saying I'm not in the room. I can't hear this. This is just what she tells me happens afterwards. She's like, no, I'm not asking for him to have 2 or to hog them. I'm asking, like any nurse would to a patient, to swap the warm blankets in with the next warm one, and then you put it back, and then yada yada, and then she's like, they're like, yeah, no, it's one per patient. Mom was furious about that. Like, furious. I had no ultimate opinion other than, oh god, I'm in pain again. But yeah, she was railing on that for a while. Yeah. Also, again, the whole time I'm thinking, he has never spent a full day. No, that's not true. Whenever I did trips to a certain other town last year, he was away from me for a week at a time sometimes. But like, it's been a long time, and he's certainly never been alone in this place on his own. Also, when he left, whenever I left, he was with mom back then, right? Because that's where I was living. So he had mom and a dog to keep him company. Now it's just him. If I was really truly gone for a week, so that's fucking me up. I don't have the physical strength at this point to even get a tweet out. Not that hospital internet's all that helpful, because I'm thinking like, yeah, I kind of promised that Rhino thing would be earlier today. I even put up a video that it doesn't look like anybody got to see on where the Kingdom Hearts 2 playthrough is, which mentioned, hey, Rhino will also be today, and that's sort of a similar game. So, but yeah, so I was like, one of the last things that went on my channel was, I'll probably be live with that soon. So like, and now I can't do anything about that because I'm on hospital internet, right? Also, I have no physical strength to type or tweet. It's bad. At this point, I'm then moving in and out, back and forth, bathroom, bed, the hospital bed's not making it better. Bathroom, I can't get anything out of me, but I'm moving constantly back and forth between them because my body is telling me you need to go to the bathroom, and I'm like, every time I do, nothing happens, and my body's like, I don't care, you need to go. And so it's rough, it's a lot of pain, and it's not fun. Cut 2+ hours later, after mom had been asking a lot, hey, where are the pain meds that he was put as a priority patient so that he would get very soon after he ended up in the emergency area? It has been 2 hours since he was admitted, and there have been no pain meds. He is screaming bloody murder. Where are they? And they keep apparently giving her the runaround about it. At a certain point, I'm like, it's not like I'm looking for sympathy, but I'm like, okay, clearly they actually need to see how fucked up I am, or else they're not going to do anything. Or at the very least, seeing me say it myself is probably going to get farther than someone saying it for me. Okay, well, he just moved away, so I'll bring that back in. So bearing in mind, I'm slow, I'm haggard, I'm fucked up, I'm barely thinking. I pull myself up out of that bed. I stagger down the hallway. I stumble out to the nurse's desk, to the reception area. And God bless, there's one very nice nurse, dude, for the record. I basically said, I was told that I was a high priority, or not, maybe not a high priority, but I was a priority patient because of the immediate pain, and that like you guys were gonna get me like some painkillers very soon, and it's been like 2 hours. I probably said that much less eloquently at the time, to be honest. In fact, I probably said it dramatically less eloquently. So the guy kind of looks at it, he's like, okay, firstly, I need to get approval from the doctor, but I'm going to go track him down right now. I'm going to get you something, because, yeah, you don't look great. And I'm really sorry that you've been sitting there waiting, because clearly there's a lot going on. And to the dude's credit, in 10 minutes, he comes back, and he jams, I forget what it's called. It starts with an L or something like that. Loron, something like that. Jams it right in there, and that's a big needle. That's a big needel. I don't mind needles, to be honest. I've gotten over needles, even the big ones. The worst needle I ever had was the I almost said epidural, that's a very different thing. Was the IV drip when I was in the hospital 4 years ago. But also, guess what? I had an IV drip again today. Spoiler. Actually, it wasn't as bad this time. Actually, I felt like it was actually kind of fine. But also, I had that one in for 2 weeks, so it was a little different. I had that one in for 2 fucking weeks. No need to rehash the old hospital story. I'm sure I've told it before. But also, again, we're talking about today's. So I am. But if you're thinking this guy looks pretty good for a hospital visit today, yeah, we'll get to why. Spoilers. Lots of drugs. prescription drugs, to be clear. Lots of drugs. But yeah, so I am just not happy. Man, I clearly need to fix that camera. It's in the wrong place. But whatever. I'll have to do that between this and the next thing. Oh, that was a fun discovery. Also, any form of breathing was killing me.
Summer's here, and so is your chance to hit the road with Apex Driving
No,
Academy.
girl, I was in the hospital today. This ain't the time. That's very rude to interrupt. I wonder if hiccups are in the side of oh god. Yikes. Yikes. Anyway, so yeah, how do I go like this? Yeah. So yeah, I'm at this point, yeah, he pumps me up. That shit, whatever it is, Loron, whatever you want to call it, that shit wakes me up. He also says that in a bit they're gonna get out the good shit, the morphine. Oh man, call Cole Phelps in here because I'm getting the real good shit. He might want to know about that, so he can blow everyone in the hospital away indiscriminately, and then no one ever talk about it, I guess. What a weird dark direction for that. I don't know why my brain thinks of fucking LA Noire whenever I think of morphine at all. Probably just because that morphine case is pretty damn good, actually. There's like it's like a DLC one. The narcotics case is like really good. I never finished fucking Tim Rogers' LA Noire video. Oh my god, I gotta go back for that. It's so good. Yeah, I gotta go back and finish that. Holy shit. Fuck it. Maybe I should do that tonight to rest. That's not a bad idea, honestly. Spoilers. I don't think we're gonna get to DMC5 today. I said maybe. I'm leaning to no. I should probably rest. But I felt it was important to get this up and talk about what happened. But yeah, so he hops me up, and then it's time for the CAT scan. Because they need to figure out if it truly is a kidney stone or not, what kind of kidney stone it is. They're fairly confident it is at this point, so that's why they're sending me for the CAT scan. They need to get me in for that thing. They need to test that shit properly, and they need to see what the solution's gonna be, right? What are we dealing with? So they lug me over there, and they basically explained, okay, so when we're gonna plug you into this, send you through the CT scan, and when that's done, we'll come let you know. But right after the CT scan's done, I'm putting you on the morphine. I'm like, okay, shit, hell yeah, let's go, brother. Let's go, brother. Put that shit in me. Put the IV drip straight into my veins. Literally. He literally put it in my veins afterwards. So yeah, at this point, good news. I have painkillers in my system. I'm alert and awake. At this point in the story. Now also, but yes. So I was making my way through just like surviving, right? I'm now able to walk at a normal pace, and I'm breathing without feeling like my stomach is gonna explode. I can turn my waist, I can move, I can walk, I can think, I can breathe. I'm functional. They put the good shit in my arm, right? And not the morphine. Morphine's later. So I move through that mess. I get to the CT room, CAT scan room, for those who don't know. If you've never been in a CAT scan, it is basically, you lay down. I feel like most people probably had it once if they're watching this. I don't know. If you're lucky enough to have never had one, I guess. They strap you into there, and then they hit you with the UV rays. I think it's UV rays. There's some radiation though. There is radiation, but it's like a light level of radiation. They just need to be able to see what the fuck's going on. And so, and then you put your arms above your head, and you do the breathe in, breathe out, which is funny because if I had not gotten that painkiller before, I would not physically be able to breathe in, breathe out. I would be fucked up still, and I wouldn't be able to do it. And that's rough, but it is what it is. So I make my way through that process. They do the CAT scan. I moved my way back to the main waiting room. They plugged me into the IV. After a short bit, yeah, they're explaining, like, yeah, the radiologist is going to come meet with you soon. Very well-kempt dude shows up, very, very clearly put together. So Mom actually complimented this about him, which is how one way that I knew, oh, this dude's good at his job, right? But she literally worked in that field, right? So she knows, right? But even I could tell because he was doing this thing where he was rattling off all of the stuff I needed to know about the process and what was about to happen next, right? But he's doing this thing as he's talking where his eyes are like shifting left to right, like constantly, in a way that if you didn't know any better, you would assume he was tweaking. But like my brain understood it, maybe it's the autism talking, as like, oh, this dude is reading a teleprompter that's being projected through his brain right now. Like this dude has every piece of data that he could ever want to rattle off, and he is mentally projecting it in front of himself. Like I could tell from the way his eyes are moving. He's like literally, he's flying through data like a machine. He is surgical. He is precise. Very good for his job, clearly. So the radiologist explains, here's where things are at. You got a big fucker in there. And I'm like, that's not what I wanted to hear, pal. He explains, so we have a 1.2 centimeter kidney stone in there. And he's like, so for those that don't know, picture the inside of a pencil. And I'm like, stop talking. Stop right now. Stop. Stop talking right now. Stop. I don't need to know more than that.
Mark Normand, you don't say.
Boy, bro, we are having a serious talk about my health right now. This is so rude. Let's try that again. Give me my music. What do you want to give me, though? Yeah, that'll do. And so I am just... but I'm not being aggressive with like stop. I'm like, I don't need to know more about how big the inside of a pencil is compared to what I have to force out of my penis. I guess for those that don't know what a kidney stone is, it is a rock that forms in your goddamn urinary tract. And it's a rock. And it's gonna do one of two things. It's gonna block it, or it's gonna come out the hard way. It is considered, on the pain scale, the single most painful thing a male can experience, or a penis-possessing individual, I suppose. That's true. Having experienced it 3 times in my lifetime now, today being the 3rd. Although it ain't done. It ain't over till it's over, baby. This is an ongoing story. Don't get it twisted. This is not and everything's peachy. We're going places. But the fact that I'm sitting here telling you about what happened at the hospital today should tell you that I'm out of the hospital. I didn't fucking run away. I'm like, you'll never take my kidney stone alive. Don't worry, we'll get there. It'll make sense. It'll stop making sense in a second, but it'll start making sense again after that. So he's like, when you have a thing that is, again, 1.2 centimeters wide, that thing is not coming out. This is his words. He's like, you're not getting that thing out there. That hole's not big enough. It's just not happening. No one's doing that. This means we have to do a surgery. We have to put it... My brain keeps wanting to use the word splint. It's something close to it. It's not a splint, though. But they had to put something in the peninsular zone. It's so stupid. The goal of it, hopefully you're okay with a slightly graphic. No, this is not the right. This track is not the right tone. I mean, none of these tracks are the right tone, really. But like, I need something a little more, I don't know, low level. No, that'll do. Actually, that's very fitting now that I think about it. That particular one's very fitting. Yeah, this is the doctor's office theme. Anyway, so maybe I should just put that one on loop. To be honest, probably smart. But yeah, so he's basically explaining. So we need to do surgery, and we need to get essentially we're going to open up the slightly above your crotchal region, and we need to put it's not a splint, but the word is close enough to splint. My brain keeps auto completing it to splint. I'm just gonna say splint. It's not a splint. It's not a splint, but I forget the word. If you know the word, let me know. But someone today already corrected me on what it was, so but I forget. I forget it again. It was something along those lines, though. It's in the same letter region, and it goes slightly above the pee-pee, and then it's gonna have basically a string that's gonna go through and collect something as it tries to get in, and then they'll have to remove it in a few months. It's not fun. The idea of anybody opening up my penis in any capacity that's not like a fun capacity. But that's where it was headed. And it was like, okay. Now, at this point, he says you have two options. One, you stay here and we get this shit sorted, bearing in mind, you would be a C case. An A case is someone got in a car accident and has need of immediate surgery. That takes priority over everything else, unless someone's literally in surgery already and they don't have any more rooms. B case is someone that had a pre-booked appointment and they shouldn't need to wait longer. And a C case is someone that showed up today, pain or not, and you're gonna stay here until basically hopped up on painkillers until it's time to get in there. And he's basically saying that, like, generally speaking, they have a low caseload right now. So right now, I would probably get in, within the next 2 to 3 days if I stayed at the hospital the whole time. And I'm thinking, probably how it's gonna go. It's probably what's gonna end up being optimal. Hey, give me that repeat, actually. Enable repeat. There you go. Cool. Sweet. And I am nervous, of course, because it's a surgery. And it's been a long time since I had like a proper surgery, other than my colonoscopy a little while back, but that's not as bad. That's not really opening you up so much as whatever. You can look up a colonoscopy if you really need to. But basically, Spotify, please get off the screen. Thank you. Basically, the secondary option was we send you home right now, and we're gonna give you a shitload of painkillers, and essentially book you to get this thing in within 3 months. And I'm like, is this thing going to pass somehow naturally in 3 months? Is it? No. It's 1.2 centimeters. It's not coming out of you the other way. It can't. Like, it physically can't. It's just going to keep blocking, and we would give you pain meds and make sure that you were going to be okay. There are possibilities that route can have complications. Obviously, you'd want to get it done ASAP for safety, but like, there's also good reasons to do that as well. At this point, me and Mom are mulling it over. Which route are we going to take? Which path? Which blue pill or red pill, so to speak. At that moment, the dude, again, this dude's cool. He takes out his phone, he calls another element of the hospital right there, and he goes, "Hey, what's the caseload right now?" And he's like, "We got 1 B case." He's like, "Okay, I'm booking a C right now then, for later tonight." I'm like, what? And he's like, "Yeah, I'm getting you in. Shouldn't be any later than 10 p.m. tonight. If an A case happens, if the crazy freak car accident happens in that time, then you'll probably get bumped down to a little later at night, but you'll still likely be going home tomorrow morning." And I'm like, wow. And he's like, but in all likelihood, you are getting in. And it's again, freak occurrences barring freak occurrences, you are gonna be. That's not the same track I just told you to play. Oh, disable. Oh, okay, there we go. Repeat on one track. Oh, there we go. Okay, that should work now. So, I'm like, okay, cool, awesome. Surgery happening tonight. I get to get the fuck out of here ASAP. This is great news. So he goes off to get things set up. And then it dawns on me, wait, this is a penis-based surgery. I don't like that. I don't like that one bit. Don't worry. I didn't make the choice to run away. If that's what you're thinking happened at this point, I did not run away. We'll get there. It'll make sense. I'm not comfortable with that, but I'm obviously still going to tank the damage. I'm going to be asleep. I'm going to wake up. He gives me the, he after a few minutes later, he comes back, gives me a waiver, explains all that good shit. Like, and I'm asking questions like, hey, like, my little man's still going to work after this, right? Yeah, we're not even touching it. Like it's technically going above it, and then it's going to intersect with it, but you'll never even know it's there, right? And then it'll come out in a few months. I'm like, okay, right? And so he walks through, like, you know, the side effects and then the waiver and all that shit, and he's like, okay. So, like, this is the part that gets me. I'm not making this shit up. He goes, so if your urine is like a different color than normal, like a purple or a pink or a green or like a red, or sorry, no, he didn't say red, or like, you know, an orange, don't worry, that's normal. And I'm like, what? What the fuck do you mean purple or green? Green I can sort of understand. There are green chemicals in the body, but purple, my man? What are you talking about? He's like, that's completely normal. This shit happens when this thing is doing its job inside you. Sometimes it'll it'll hurt when you pee for a bit, but he's basically explaining this thing being in you isn't like a good thing. You would prefer it not be in there. It will cause some discomfort and some pain, but broadly speaking, it's a lot better than what you're going to deal with otherwise. And I'm like, I'm already fucking aware that it's going to be better because I've experienced this before several times. So that's not great. And I'm just like, oh, fuck, man. I am so bumming right now, and I'm freaked out, and I'm scared. But it is what it is, so I signed the damn waiver. And then I'm like, okay. Now I'm going to sit here for 7 hours. I'm just going to do my thing. I'm going to wait, I guess. And then at the end of that, I'm going to be discharged, and I get to go home, and then I would probably have done something similar to this after I finished my explanation and stuff like that. I was hoping that, you know, that meant I could get a little time on Rido, because I just want to play it, man. This isn't just a project. I want to play that game very badly. Spoilers, I don't have it here. I don't know if I mentioned that yet. I actually can't remember if I mentioned that yet on stream or not. I said it in the pre-stream links, but I don't have it. That's why I didn't send it. I'm spoiling that a little bit, but yeah, whatever. So, at this point, I am just settled in. Mom's calling a friend and her mom, letting her know where things are at. And I am feeling more nervous, but also I know it's gonna be the right choice, and it's the right thing to do. It's the smart choice for my health. That's always gonna be the right choice. So just figure it out, let it happen. I'm also messaging Katie during this time. She is a doll, as always. She is the best. She is wonderful at trying to keep me sane in dire times. And she did a great job. So at this point, again, nervous, terrified, sweaty, but it's better than the alternative. Then something crazy happened. About 20 minutes later, the radiologist comes back into the room and he goes, so I'm really good at my job. And I'm like, okay. Fear, but also good thing to hear, I think. And he's like, so whenever, you know, a proper procedure is booked, I like to do my due diligence and make sure everything is exactly as I was under the impression it was previously. Okay. Sure. Good to know. Okay, good. It is actually looping it now correctly. And he goes, so I said it was a 1.2 centimeter problem inside you and that it wasn't coming out, right? Turns out the CT scanners, the people actually running the scan, read that shit to me wrong. And I'm like, what? It's not 1.2 centimeters. It's 0.2 centimeters. It's not incredibly large by kidney stone standards. It's incredibly small by kidney stone standards. And I'm like, you almost opened me up. I didn't say that. I didn't say that to him. He's clearly good at this. Well, I'm actually, no, that's not inaccurate. He almost opened me up because they didn't fucking do their job correctly. Can you imagine? I was hours away. I signed the waiver. I was hours away from getting a thing put in me that was then going to collect nothing. For something that was probably going to escape my body of its own free will at some point. Right? Like just a fucking... And like, where do you go from there? Anyway, so he's like, no, we're sending you home right now. No, I'm like, what about the surgery? He's like, there's no surgery. You don't need surgery. This thing's gonna come out on its own in no time flat. He then hands me a slip accounting for what Mom explained to me afterwards was approximately $2,000 worth of prescription drugs. Cause yeah, to the point where she kept saying like some people would steal this and try to sell these, just so you know, like this is the good shit. And again, she's a nurse, so she would know. Like she's just spouting off a fact. She's not thinking about it. She's like, this is the good shit. She's trying to basically assure me that this is the good shit, right? So at this point, again, surgery canceled. I'm on my way home with 3 varieties of meds. One that is a sort of every 4 hours, how do I put this? A painkiller, right? Then there's an antibiotic for even more relief. Then there is, this might be a little graphic for some of you. It is a muscle relaxer specifically for widening the urethra. Specifically, a med that is primarily given to men in their 80s or 90s when this becomes more of a prominent issue, right? A much more frequent issue, right? So it's basically going to lax the conditions of the hole, so to speak, so that easier exfiltration. That little ball's like commencing the virtuous mission.
Not yet, Snake. It's not over yet.
Liquid. This fucking tiny ball is sitting there like.
Never felt a tension like this before.
So I'm now on my way home with a bucket load of prescription meds. Not with them, I have to get them filled out. Unfortunately for me, the story is not over there. Weirdly enough, a strong portion of the bad stuff today still happened when I got home. So I go home, and I at firstly I'm like, well, okay, no, it's not the first thing I say. I talk to the workers downstairs. Again, I have a very unique living situation. I can't get into the specifics of it. I don't want to get anybody in trouble, and I don't want anybody to get. I've mentioned offhandedly before, I live in a sort of government-style place, so I can't get too deep into details, and I also don't want to get anybody in trouble. So we're going to leave it broadly at the people that work downstairs. Sorry if that's vague and you don't understand what that even means. You're not supposed to. You're not going to. You're just gonna have to deal with that. That's just the reality of my situation and how much I'm allowed to talk about it. Okay, we good? Okay, good. By the way, that doesn't mean I have money. Just to be clear, I get my government subsidies for my disabilities. That's it. That's all I have to work with every month, which is, you know, rough. That's why there's a donation bar. It's my job. This is my job. This is my job. This is the job that I'm able to do. It's the only job I probably was ever going to be able to do, if I'm being honest. And I kind of ran away from the reality of that being a fact for many, many years because I was afraid of what that would mean. But now I've embraced that I kind of have a responsibility to do it because it can make a difference if I work at it. And also that it was probably the only thing I was ever going to be able to do. So whatever. Anyway. So I get home. I walk through with people downstairs the situation. Mom does. Although I will say, when we got out of the car, I handed Mom the prescriptions because she was saying she's going to go get the prescriptions, right? I watch her put it in her purse, and then we're walking in the front door, and she's like, "You got the prescription notice, right?" And I'm like, "What do you mean the one that I handed to you that I watched you put in your purse?" And she's like, "No, I didn't." I'm like, "No, you did. I watched you do it. I very much watched you do it." By the way, the minute I left the hospital, this is critical to say. The minute I left the hospital, the initial fucking shot that I got, the painkiller, that was wearing off. And the morphine was also wearing off because I was no longer on the IV, right? So, and honestly, I wasn't on the IV that long. Like, I didn't even get through the whole IV drip, you know? So I'm already feeling the pain. I'm already feeling the pain, you know? And, oh boy. So I ask Mom, or I tell Mom, the prescription notice that I just gave you that I watched you put in your purse as you were leaving, because I said, if you're going to be going and doing that, you should have it. That one. And she goes, "I never put it in my purse." I'm like, "I literally watched you put it in your purse." She's freaking out on the front doorsteps of this building right now. I'm running back to the car. Running is actually an exaggeration at this point. I'm back to feeling immense pain. So I'm not really running, but I am moving. And I mean, also now I'm kind of hopped up on adrenaline. Funny enough, I think my internal pain scale went from a 3 to like a 5 or a 6. No, sorry. It went from a 5 or a 6 down to a 3, probably on adrenaline alone. So I look in the car seat. Thank God, the fucking prescription is sitting on the floor in front of her seat. She evidently put it in her purse because I watched her do it. And then I looked away, and then she took it out of her purse and threw it on the ground and totally forgot for some fucking reason. She's like that sometimes. So I move to we get inside, we explain things to the staff downstairs, to the workers downstairs, and they do their best to set things up, and they get on acquiring those meds. I can't get too deeply into the specifics of things, and I don't want to drag any particular person or facility or anything like that. But there was an understanding that those meds needed to be delivered immediately because I was already in immense pain again. Because again, they pulled me off the IV, no longer had that to help me, and I didn't have the initial, the Loraron or whatever it was called. So I was not feeling good at this point. But the understanding was, yeah, but it's fine because they're gonna go get the meds like right now. In fact, Mom was happy she didn't have to go get the meds right now because she understood I needed them right now. And she's like, okay, they're faxing it right now. They're everything's gonna get set. It's gonna be fine. At a certain point, there may have been certain staff changes between certain hours. I will not be saying anything with more detail than that. There was again, definitely an understanding that I was in immense, immediate, primary, dear God, kill me levels of physical pain. So that getting this shit settled was a priority. Does that make sense? it was important that that got settled, you know? It was important that that got settled. I go upstairs with the understanding that those meds would be here soon. And I'm already bumming. I'm already fucked up. Like, I'm losing it. Again, I'm starting to feel it. And then the time, again, I got back around 3, right? That initial shot I got was at like, I think it was like, I'm trying to remember the exact timetable. I don't remember exactly how it threaded together, but the point is it was wearing off. It was only meant to last like 4 hours, right? That initial shot. The first painkiller. And so I'm starting to feel it again, and I'm starting to feel fucking fucked up, right? Also, I ask, hey, did my package show up? And they're like, no. And I check on the package tracking, which that's for Rido, for the record. And it says on Best Buy's thing that they didn't even, like, they created the shipping label, and then Purelators never got it, apparently. Having now made a few phone calls with them, for the record, the answer seems to be most likely it's sitting at a warehouse and it just didn't get picked up for shipment today. Like, they probably got passed over for whatever reason. Which sucks, because my initial play at that point was Mom was going to spot me some money so I could go grab an Amazon copy and then just send it back when the Best Buy one got here. Because I do that sometimes if I'm in like a dire situation. Amazon currently says Rido would ship in 1 to 2 months. How the fuck is that possible? I'm sorry, it's a niche RPG coming out now. It's a niche RPG. It is. It is. I'm excited about it, but it's niche. Let's not kid ourselves here. It is. Right? Like, it's niche. How many copies do you guys have that you can't get one out for 2 months? Insane. Whatever. Point is, I talked to Best Buy. Hopefully things are good. But, no. Oh, thank you. Such a good boy. Sweet. I missed you too. But yeah, so yeah, so I go upstairs, I go and call Best Buy, I go and call Katie, and she's lovely at keeping me, like, alive. And I'm feeling okay to decent. She's keeping me solid and awake, you know. But I'm also feeling pretty damn happy with, like, I made it out of the hospital. I'm feeling mostly okay. The pain is killing me, but, like, I feel like it couldn't have gone better, in all honesty. As far, like, with the exception of the fact that certain things, like, obviously, literally could have gone better. Without expecting perfection, I feel like that was a pretty damn good visit, considering I made it out in the same day. That seems lucky. I am trying my best. He a purring. He a purring. He a gripping. He a gripping. So yeah, I'm at home. I'm trying to relax, but the pain is starting to come back around 4:30. And I'm like, again, I got back around 3 o'clock, right? And I'm like, okay, but like, I need these meds. Like, I need these prescription meds. They were already supposed to be here with Mom, right? So I go downstairs, I check on things, and I basically get told, yeah, we're getting on it. It'll be around 5. And I'm like, it is 4. It is 4 right now, and these were supposed to be here like an hour ago, and I'm in deep physical pain. I didn't say all that because I didn't want to start a thing, even though it was really was definitely understood. And also there was a miscommunication that I had to be there physically, and it's like you get that I'm in enormous physical pain and can't, like, go. That's why Mom was offering to go on her own after she dropped me off. That's the whole reason, because she understood I wouldn't make it. Like, yeah, but we need you to. A bit later, they call up and just tell me, no, you don't have to. I'm like, okay, that's weird, but sure, whatever. So I am just trying to maintain my cool at this point. Trying to just be chill about things, you know? Try not to let anything get too far ahead of itself. I love you too. I love you too. And at this point, you know, I'm letting mom know what's going on. She's getting pretty pissed off because she's like, I was literally ready to go, and why did they not have these things to you already? Again, these are meds that I was supposed to have in my system by like 3:30, as far as the doctor was concerned. As far as the doctor and the nurses were concerned, these meds were supposed to be in my system by 3:30. If there was an understanding that it would be any later than that, they would have left me on the IV until I had them. Like, they said that. Right? Like they're like, no, you don't need to stay on the IV because like you're gonna have the meds anytime soon. Like, you'll be fine. So again, a situation of like deep understanding that I'm waiting on, you know. I get told we'll call you as soon as we have them. I'm then told around 5:40, and I'm like, I am going to keel over. I am going to collapse again. And they're like, yeah, that's fine. They didn't say it exactly like that, but that was kind of the energy, unfortunately. And like, so I, around the 5 o'clock mark, I was in so much deep traumatic physical pain that like sweating, crapping, barfing, not crapping. I couldn't get anything out of me. Barfing like crazy. And at this point, it's just bile. Like, my body is in so much pain. I'm puking because my body physically needs to puke. Right? It's a revolt. It's a state of revolt. I'm not doing good at this point, one might say. And I break a little bit. I stumble to bed, understanding I was going to take a nap either way. I needed to, right? I wasn't going to sit here and jump on here right away and be like, yo, what's up? Everything's great. I was like that was never, even if I had gotten the meds earlier today, that was never on the table. I needed to take a nap, right? So I get my best fucking, come here. Oh boy, come here. By the way, just as a note, like early this morning, when I was in those states, like, he kept trying to jump on me like this because he loves to, and I kept being like, no, I actually had to push him off. Like, I physically, it was in so much pain, the pressure, I couldn't allow him on me at all. But it's not his fault. It's not his fault. So yeah, I make it to bed, stumble really. And I stumble without a shirt on, without pants, because I'm just in that much pain. I'm trying to remove every element of clothes because I'm sweating like crazy. And oh yeah, by the way, as a quick note, apparently that painkiller that they have me on now, this every 4-hour thing, fuck, hiccups. Apparently it is like a dopamine kind of thing. Like apparently I might be a little dopey. Mom kept using the phrase like I might be a little stoned. So if I appear slightly more stoned for the next month, that's why, I guess. So yeah, so that was rough. But again, I stumble into bed. Fuck. Do I need to sit up? Sorry, bud. I stumble into bed, and I'm fucked up, man. I'm fucked up. I pass out not from exhaustion, not from needing sleep. I pass out because I have not gotten these pain meds that I was supposed to have hours ago. and I'm in so much physical pain that my body stops functioning. It was less a I fell over and took a nap as much as a I collapsed into the bed, thankfully, of all the places I could have collapsed, because my body simply couldn't go on anymore. I was back to a 10 on the pain scale, maybe like a 12. Because at this point, like, functionally, what had happened since morning was I went to the hospital and I got nothing to fix it. Not in the sense that I literally walked away with nothing, but in the sense that, like, we went for a solution and the solution was given to me, but unfortunately, due to some negligence, the solution didn't matter. Sorry, that's actually Mom. I'm gonna tell her I'll call her back in a bit. Okay, all set. Yeah, again, just Mom needed to. I told her I'll call back in a bit because we're almost done here. Okay. So yeah, fuck those hiccups. So again, I'm just unfortunately I don't want to get into blame and I don't want to get into blaming anyone specific, but there were people that understood that I was in enormous physical pain, that had been told the scale of which put me in the hospital. And I collapsed because I didn't have the meds 2.5 hours after I was supposed to have them. Then when I woke up, it was like 7. Yeah, it was like 7. So I fell asleep for 2 hours. I wake up and I immediately call Mom, and I'm like, I guess I collapsed from pain, but there was good news. Evidently that nap allowed the thing in my side to slide through the urinary tract enough to where at that point in time, after those 2 hours of sleep, I wasn't feeling it at the moment. I was functioning. I couldn't feel the pain anymore. That was great. But it was coming back a little bit, right? Like it's on its way. And at that point, I'm like, okay, well, they didn't call up because they said they were going to call up the minute that we had the meds, right? But you know, I go down. I explained to Mom, like, yeah, I'm going to go grab the meds now. I'm sure that they've got them at 7. Like, what, are they not going to have them by now? They said that they'd have them at 5:30-ish. No, so it's like, okay, cool. For whatever reason, they chose not to call up about it, which is a little shitty, to be honest. Mom had some very choice words for it. And I went downstairs, and I got told, admittedly, someone that was downstairs working today that I have a very good relationship with. And they were like, and they had been completely in the dark on the story. So I gave them the story that I've been telling up until this point. And they say, and I'm like, so where are the meds, firstly? And they're like, yeah, they left half an hour ago at 6:30. They're not back. And I'm like, I was told they were leaving at 5:30. Which is already crazy because the doctors were very clear I wasn't supposed to have these meds any later than 3:30. Like, I was supposed to get these things right away and get them in me right away. They were very, very clear, and that was relayed to everybody involved in the situation. And they explicitly said they would take care of it so my mom could just go home, even though Mom was more than willing to go grab the meds. right? This is the part that's really negligent to me and Mom, is she was gonna go just get them and was told, no, it's fine, we'll do it. And then instead, it's joint and kidney stones, the hospital suck. Glad you're out of the hospital. I hope things are easier and not as painful for you now. Well, thank you very much, Saleo. It is nice to have some additional support in here. Did that not show up in the live chat thing? I'm sure it'll pop up eventually. Oh, I think it's actually there. Okay, cool. Thank you very much for the well wishes. This VOD will exist for the full story. If you want to go back and listen to some of it. God, the hiccups are killing me. We're almost done telling it at this point, thankfully. But yeah, thank you for the well wishes. I am feeling a little better now because I do have the meds. But yeah, so Mom, of course, was more than willing to just go get the meds at that time and was told, no, we got this. And so for we got this to turn into not only not getting them to me by 3:30, but to turn into didn't leave until 6:30. And spoiler, I didn't get the meds in me till 8:30. That's 5 hours later of excruciating pain. Bearing in mind, thankfully, after the rest and the nap that I had, it was subsided a bit, but it was coming back towards that 7:30 mark. And it's like, okay. So like, I had a grace period, but like, as far as everybody involved should have been concerned, this was like the highest of priorities. This was a bad thing. This was a hospital visit. I physically collapsed from the amount of pain I was in. So yeah, I don't want to point fingers. I don't want to get anybody specific in trouble. And my living situation is such that I can't get into details anyway. But broadly, that sucked. And let's just say Mom's not thrilled about that process. So yeah, I have the meds in me now. Clearly there's a bit of a hiccup side effect I'm discovering right now. But broadly, that's how today went. I ate shit from the moment I woke up. I had insult to injury on the fact that Rido didn't show up. So hopefully, as long as Best Buy and Purelator do their jobs, I can actually start playing Rido tomorrow for you guys. Because I was very excited to play it today, and then of course all this shit happened. But yeah, I have the meds. I have 30 days worth of them. It probably won't take 30 days for this thing to get passed through me, but I will apparently be a little, what's the word? I said it a minute ago. Not dopey. I will be a little stoned, apparently. Apparently I'm stoned right now. I don't feel it. I don't have a good barometer for what stoned is or looks like, but apparently that's what the painkiller is going to do to me. According to Mom, anyway. Yeah. So, if I seem more or less stoned for the next month, I guess that's why. So yeah, rough stuff. All kinds of terrible. At the end of the day, at this point, I have thoroughly decided. While I may play some Devil May Cry 5 tonight, if I do, it's gonna be in a pre-recorded sense. Because if I'm gonna be playing something to enjoy, it's because I want to, like. 5 hours later is not good at all. It's a medicine. It's a good thing. It's crucial. I had a near identical experience in the hospital in May this year. May this year. So yeah, it's rough, especially when the doctors are very clear about like the timeline of when you're supposed to get these things. Like, and again, yeah, just brutal. And again, this is not at the hospital itself. This is me at home with the people that work here that are. Again, I have a very unique living situation. I just realized every time I hiccup, you see this little dude. Boom. I just noticed that. Are you enjoying the ride? But yeah, so it's a little tricky to explain. Again, my living situation is actually quite unique. You just saw it again. He just bumped. But yeah, I can't get into all the details because it's just sort of the way things are where I am. But yeah. It was not great, and thankfully I have them now. And now we have a month's worth of them, so this whole process should ideally go smoothly. But yeah, that was the hospital story. That's why I didn't stream Rido today, in addition to the fact that Best Buy didn't fucking send it. So, yeah, I have no Rido and I must scream. Bloody murder, apparently, was my day. But yeah, ideally it shows up tomorrow. I can't get a replacement from Best Buy or Amazon, because again, for whatever reason, Amazon says that this shit's not coming for they won't get more copies for 2 months. The cat is adorable. This is Morgana. He is the sweetest boy. Right, bud? Right? Yeah? Oh, thank you. He is the sweetest Sphinx kitty. You can see him on Percentage Chance every day that we're live, which tends to be every day. This is my job. So yeah, tune in if you want to see more of him, because he's always around. He's always getting comfy. Yeah. But yeah, so that's where things are at right now. That was the hospital trip story. Again, the whole story shall stay here. I was thinking maybe I would dip into DMC5 a little bit again. I still want to kind of feel out these meds. Make sure. He is very precious. He's the best. He's the best. He's the sweetest. He's so affectionate. I'm sorry I keep bouncing you because of these hiccups. Ooh. But yeah, so that was the hospital story. That's where I was. Hopefully, if I do any Devil May Cry 5 tonight, which again, we've just been going through on the channel just because I needed to kill time until Rido, just for funsies. If I do any of that, it'll be pre-recorded tonight, because then I can pause the game in the recording when I need to, like, you know, make sure everything's fine. I wouldn't want to do like a full proper broadcast other than just this sort of explainer on a night where I'm like trying to make sure, you know, there's no crazy side effects to the meds. I'm clearly seeing at least one with these hiccups, but I don't think that's the worst thing in the world. Still, in case there's anything else nasty lined up, yeah, I don't think there's any reason to be concerned overly like that, but it's still probably good to give myself the night to like wind down correctly, so to speak. But yeah, ideally tomorrow we will play Rido on camera. We'll start that playthrough. I'm so excited. Death Stranding 2 is next week, same thing. And hopefully by then I'm more settled into these meds, as well as they actually send it. As long as Best Buy actually sends it, I would not be happy if you see I'm live with Devil May Cry 5 tomorrow again. That game does rule, but that also means I'm kind of pissed. Because fuck, man. But anyway, yeah. So that is the hospital story. That is the kidney stone story. They almost had to open up my PP. Didn't need to, thank God. Can you believe that? I signed the waiver to do the surgery in the crotchal region. And then he comes back like, oh no, we read the chart wrong. It's not 1.2 centimeters wide. It's 0.2. We're sending you home. That was insane. I was actually hours away from getting a pointless surgery with no function and no purpose. Like, doctors are good at their jobs, right? I trusted them to do their jobs. I was not worried they were gonna fuck up the surgery. But getting a surgery for no reason isn't a good thing. In case I have to point that one out. But at least that guy's good at his job and noticed and double checked. So thank God. Anyway, that will be that for me on Percentage Chance tonight, because Jesus Christ. And we'll take your time and take care of yourself. Thank God there was zero PP opening involved. Yes, I am in fact happy that no one had to tear this thing apart and put it back together. It's not exactly how it would have been, but that's funnier to say, even if it's horrifying. So yeah, thank you for tuning in to Percentage Chance for the night. Again, I intend to get some Rido up if they send it. Best Buy says they should. Hope so. So hopefully we can play some Rido tomorrow. And then, if not, I guess we'll play Devil May Cry 5 again. That's all then. Anyway, so yeah, I'm gonna call that for tonight. I may play some Devil May Cry 5 tonight, but it'll probably be pre-recorded. So that might, if that is, it'll go up on the channel tomorrow morning. Probably won't be a ton of it. just the ability to pause during these moments will be helpful. You okay? Fuck. So yeah. I hope this song hasn't, I hope this track hasn't gotten grating. I think it's great. Great, not grating. Anyway, yeah, thank you. I've said it a bunch of times now. Clearly, I am a little stoned from this painkiller, but yeah. Thank you for tuning in to Percentage Chance for the Night. Hope to get back to the regular schedule. The schedule's been so fucked lately because of all the like tech optimizations and trying to make the channel better. And then I'm like, yeah, today's the day where we're back on full steam ahead. We're big project starting, nice clean schedule every day. And then my body's like, die.
Then dive. What do we do? Argue with you? I'm not on the debate team. This isn't mock trial.
So yeah, that was fun. It wasn't actually. It was a bit of a nightmare, but at least I'm good now. So feeling okay. PP has not been destroyed. Thank God. And I will hopefully see you guys tomorrow. Also, I obviously didn't do the vertical feed tonight, even though that worked really well last night. Just a quick note, the numbers on DMC5 streams, and those have just been funsies streams, right? Those have been like, you know, let's say I did a 2-hour stream, it'd be like, yeah, like an extra hour if that was watched by other people. Hey, that's fine. That six-hour stream last night had a 14-hour watch record. Bear in mind, I'm 6 of those hours because I'm monitoring the stream. That means 8 hours worth of combined watch time from other people. Presumably, definitely coming from the vertical feed and then jumping over to the main one. That's crazy good. It's actually super worth it to run that vertical feed. I was just expecting nominal improvements. It was actually, for the second time we ever did it, it was a crazy improvement in numbers. I was really impressed by that. I'm glad I got it looking as good as I have too, so yeah. God damn these hiccups. I'm probably gonna go watch the rest of Tim Rogers' LA Noire video, relax tonight, or I'll play a level or two of Don't Like Cry 5. If I do, I'll record it. It'll go up on the channel. We'll have some fun. And then hopefully, dear God, we get to start Rido tomorrow. I'd be pretty upset if I didn't. So give Best Buy energy for the Spirit Bomb. Put your hands together and pray that they fucking find that shit or whatever. It looks like it was just left in a warehouse and they just didn't get picked up on the truck. They escalated it with an inquiry request, aka hey, where is that? So that will ideally mean that at said warehouse they'll be like, oh shit, we missed this, and then they'll probably get it tonight. Or they lost it, in which case, awesome, love that, sick. Okay. Please come through, Best Buy. Happy to have you around, Salal, by the way. I don't know if you pronounce it Salal? Either way, happy to have you around. I don't know if you're already subbed or if you're new around here, but I'm still excited to have you around. Hope to see you again tomorrow. Oh, I was gonna do a nice little haw, and then the hiccups just stopped me. Anyway, thank you very much for tuning in to Percentage Chance. I think I've said thank you very much for tuning in to Percentage Chance like 40 times now. But yes, thank you very much. I'm excited to see you all tomorrow. Hopefully, I actually get to start this playthrough that I'm very excited about. I already bought all the DLC. Like, I knew that was gonna happen. So, yeah, but anyway. Thank you very much. I think I'll definitely be back tomorrow. What? Wonderful. Happy to have you around. So long. You guys are always the best. And yeah, anybody that was curious where I was today, if you're watching the VOD version of this, aka the, after it's gone and over version, let me know if you want a wish for my day. That'd be appreciated. But of course, anybody that was also here live, I appreciate you as well. But yeah, hopefully this explains where I was today. Hopefully we can get back to the regular schedule tomorrow. Normally I would play a song on the way out, but I'm not gonna let this track play again. Actually wait, let me look at it. No. I'll just go ahead and kill this. Thank you very much for tuning in. Hope you guys have a lovely night. Dear God, I hope these hiccups go away. Fuck. And I will see you guys tomorrow. Have a great night. Hopefully they don't involve any kidney stones. See ya.